Happy New Year.
Happy. So, welcome to As Told by Us.
Yeah.
We're looking very different. Well, not different, but we're in a different environment because New Year, new us, new season. So, yeah, welcome. And if you are listening to us on Spotify or Apple Music,
Or any other streaming platform.
yes, we just want to let you know that you can now see our faces as well. So
Go to YouTube and subscribe.
Also,
yes.
TikTok, Instagram. Guys, we've been pushing out content. Please go, like, support, do the whole thing, engage.
Yes.
Thank you. T for
So-
thanks.
So guys, how has 2026 been so far?
Whew. It came in hot, I think. I haven't had like time to actually process that we're in a new year. It just went like into a whole different, I guess, vibe. I'm tired. I won't lie.
Same.
I'm exhausted. I didn't even feel like the holiday season even like at all.
Are you exhausted from 2025?
I think I'm exhausted from 2020.
Okay. Fair
6
point.
years of exhaustion.
Yeah, no, but I hear that though. I hear because if you really think about it, 2025, yeah, whatever. But like, drama actually started COVID, and we haven't been able to like catch up. Everything changed, economy changed, people moved. You know what I mean? Jobs, all of the things. Our health hasn't gotten any better since 29.
Since turning 30.
Actually. And I guess that's the whole vibe for this season, really. It's just how are we navigating life now in 2026?
Yeah.
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 We're not.
I watched something recently that someone was saying that life is a series of coming of age arcs, and I thought that was so like I thought that was so dope because it's like at every turn you're just coming into yourself kind of
Yeah.
like it's a continuous like learning and like oh my gosh, I'm now 30. There's certain things that I now need to be doing that I wasn't doing when I was 20, that I wasn't doing when I was 18.
Yes.
But even then, in your 20s, you are still feeling like, oh my gosh, I need to do this. I need to. So it's just like a series of, okay,
What's
sheesh,
next?
What's next? So yeah.
So before we go into the topic for today, which you've already seen on the title, we have a specific segment. The audio listeners will know it very well. And I guess now the YouTube family is involved too. It's called As Told by You. You basically just send through your dilemmas and we discuss them on the episode and then we give our unfiltered
Opinions.
opinions.
Yeah.
Some big sister advice, I guess. Okay, so
Let's get into it.
yeah, guys, brace yourselves. All right. So this comes from a young lady. Her dilemma goes, my boyfriend, whom I love dearly, has a tendency every time he's out with his friends that his phone switches off or data runs out
Girl.
and he disappears for a few hours. 5 hours maximum.
In this Harare?
I know, right? 5 hours maximum. Am I wrong to
Yes.
feel like he is lying to me?
No.
I think the moment you sit down and actually text something like that,
You know the answer.
you know the answer. It's like when you Google pregnancy symptoms, you already know what the chat is.
Please,
Oh.
can we, sorry, do you still have it? Can we
Yeah.
Let's
back?
let's go
I
back
want
into
to
it.
understand. So she says when he goes out, right? I'm assuming Friday weekend.
With the boys.
It's the boys. It's always the boys. But okay, he goes out on a Friday. He says, baby, I'm going to pick a place, any place. Where do people go these days? Where are the kids going?
Smokehouse.
I'm going to, I think it's going to Smokehouse.
I mean, maybe not the kids.
Maybe
The
they can
kids
comment
our
in
age.
the
y'all
Where
going?
are you guys going?
Anyway, so Smokehouse. I'm going with the boys to Smokehouse at about 7. Right? He's maybe giving you all the information.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be at Smokehouse. I'll be naningi from 7 onwards. So
Mm-hmm.
what she wants is at about 9, she checks in. Are you okay? Or he checks in, texts, baby, I'm still okay. I'm still at Smokehouse. We're still with the same people I told you I was going to be with. You know what I mean? But she also said maximum 5 hours, right? So if it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Yeah.
by midnight, he's home. And then he switches on the phone and then says, baby, I'm here. What is the issue?
Please, can you just like read the operative parts of that again? Because
Okay. She says every time he goes out, he has a tendency for his phone to switch off or for data to run out. And then the time limit is like it's usually 5 hours maximum.
Maximum. Like he's not gone for the
I
whole
think my
day.
my issue with it is that it's every time
Yes.
you go out.
Fair.
How do you not have data
right,
every
like,
time you go out?
and also if you have the money to be going out, surely you
Yeah,
have
for
30
data.
cents to buy that hourly bundle to just say, hey, I'm cool.
But I don't
I'm
think.
still here. I'm gonna be leaving in the next 2 hours.
But see, that's what I'm thinking she wants. She wants the check-in, right?
I guess so.
She
yeah.
wants the check, and he's probably thinking, check out, right? Because I'm going out with the boys. Switch off the phone. Don't call me. I'll speak to you in 5 hours.
But no one really
But why
does
are you
that.
switching off your phone?
Yeah.
For me, I just think that that's even more shady because as the girl, I'm okay with you going out with your friends. Like, that's not an issue because I would also want the same liberty to then go out with my friends as well. The issue becomes when now, like, you're switching off your phone because what are you doing?
Yeah.
Hanging out with the boys.
And some girls,
maybe, but
I
not.
think that's her answer.
No, I don't know. I do think I understand once you're dating someone, the culture of checking in, especially when they go out. But also the issue being that it's every
Every time he's out. Like, that's a
Every
problem
you
for me.
can't like
Yeah.
not somewhere in the middle say, hey, I'm still okay, I'm here, or you okay. Or maybe she's trying to get a hold of him. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe I get sick in the middle of your ding ding chat,
ding, ding.
and I want to call and say, hey, I'm not
in
feeling, I'm
trouble.
in trouble, help me. And your phone's like you're
MIA.
unavailable, cannot touch you. That's bad for
I
me.
think also the whole point, I don't know if it's the whole point, but when you're in a relationship, I think it's important to make the other person feel included, right? So, for example, and not just when you go out at night with your friends or whatever, but even when you're at a family function, you also want to include your person in your life because the whole point of you being in a relationship is we want to bring our lives together, right? So I'm trying to include you in my life. Sometimes I can just send a picture of like, I don't know, maybe we're at Smokehouse, Kwacho, and we've ordered a platter. Then I say, oh, haha, look at the food we ate. Something like that. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be like, yeah, babe, I'm still out and we are going to be home in 2 hours. No, it could just be something like, I saw this while I was out. I thought of you. It made me think of you type thing. Like, that's what I would want. Not necessarily even to be like on the phone while you're in the club, like
The whole time.
Like, go have
so
fun.
how do we give this babe advice?
Wait, before we get there, I have a question. If it's communicated, right? Now, let's say Mandem says, me when I go out with my friends, I just want to be with my friends. Like I want to plug out. I don't want to check. We speak every day, 24 hours a day, every other day. This is the only time, right?
Fair.
And he communicates that. I just give me those 5 hours. Are we complaining?
I think
If the dilemma came as my man every Friday says he wants 5 hours away from me and I don't like it, what should I do?
I think that would have made sense because you've had your conversation beforehand. You've said, "Oh, okay, this is what I want. This is the time I need alone," because everyone needs time alone. Yeah, you can't be like this the whole
the whole
relationship.
time,
So
exactly.
I think with our baby girl, her problem is that this was never communicated.
Right.
And now I think it's at a stage where she's thinking, have I acquiesced to this? Have I now, because I haven't said anything, have I now just agreed to it? So now when the lies come and the gaslighting comes and someone is saying, guys, I've been like this. Why do you want me to change for you and all of that?
Right.
She's now asking, am I wrong to think he's lying to me? Is this a red flag? Because I'm sure it's happened. It's happened
It's
often.
happened too many
Enough.
times.
So now
for her
she's
to
like,
be like,
this is weird.
Right. I agree.
I think follow your gut, baby girl.
I agree.
If your gut is nudging you to say this
dodgy.
is dodgy, then I think you might need to follow that thread a little bit.
Well, I guess also communicate the feelings, right? Tell
Yeah.
him that this makes you feel uncomfortable and you don't like it. And then see if the behavior changes. Obviously, if it doesn't, then he gotta go. He got to go.
He
Please
gots
and
to
thanks.
go?
He got to go.
He
If,
gots
she,
to
if,
go.
the, if I communicate, I don't like this behavior, and then you keep doing behavior, bye. Because you don't care.
Fair.
Apparently, the theme for 2026 is strict dating. So
What's
Strict
that?
program, guys.
we have a strict program. Understanding girlfriend.
No.
We're not
in
about that.
2026. We're not.
So if you communicate and he doesn't change, out the door he goes.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Thanks. Okay.
I like that.
Good job. Are we happy? We've
Yeah.
given her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've given her good advice.
If you think we've left anything out, you can comment. Just give the baby girl some advice.
So, if you've been following our socials, particularly Instagram and TikTok,
Yeah.
we've been talking about moving out a lot more than we've ever talked about it. If you remember last season, I think it was, we did one of the topics, one of the conversations we had was about living at home past the age of 25 and how much that's a struggle. You know, you're a child, but you're an adult. We don't know, you're still under your roof. Do you follow the rules? Do you do curfew? All of these things. So we thought, let's go on an experiment to see what it would actually look like in this economy, in this 2026, to move out, right?
So what were the guinea pigs?
So we put a group of people together and we did some experimenting. Okay. But I will say that the first thing I want us to get into is the conversations that you need to now have with said parentals about why, as a female, you want to live alone. The assumption that I've been getting is that you want to do muskanzo. What is muskanzo?
Who knows?
We also don't understand.
I think this kind of comes back down to the issue of patriarchy, right? As a female, you are born into a family and your father is, kind of like you are under his dominion.
Right.
And then when the assumption is that when you leave your father's dominion, you are now entering your husband's control
Dominion.
and
Exactly.
dominion. So it's like you have absolutely no say in what
No agency at
you
all.
have no agency. Maybe it comes from a safety perspective to just say, women need the protection of men. And so maybe that's why then parents, especially our parents, will start questioning, like, as a girl, why do you want to go? You know, uda kunoiti wega type, like, that you can't
Yeah.
do at home.
I get it, but at
Yeah.
the same time, it's more now. I think because time has moved, we do have that agency now. So I can actually move out. I'm going to work. I've gone to school. You've taken me to school as I speak to my parents. You guys have taken me to school. You guys know how I am. You know my morals, my principles, and everything. I just want a space where I'm now starting outside of the household, right? And it shouldn't be an issue of muskanzwa or protection or what. Because at the end of the day, I can afford to move out. That's where our patriarchy, well, I think it's sort of, we like to lean on it, but at the same time, everyone is working. Everyone has agency now. Everyone has money they can use.
And
So,
everyone must contribute to
eh,
said household funds.
that's another chat.
That's another chat, dog.
So yeah, I guess it's an issue of I can move out, guys. I can pay the rent. I'm okay. I'll be self-sustaining and everything. So I don't know. Patriarchy and that chat just seems weird to me at this age. Or maybe it's an age thing.
I kind of think people don't understand, or maybe because they never had it, right? The desire to be on your own, right? I think just looking at my own family, no one, my dad lived alone, I guess. You know, he moved out of it, but he started living with his friends. But my mom did not. She left her father's house into her husband's house, and I'm just thinking of generations of women where that's the story, right? So and then you send me to Cape Town for 5 years where I'm by myself. And I realized, wait, I like it here, right? And then I moved back home and I said, pause.
I don't like
Life's
it here.
different.
I don't like it
I
here.
don't like it here. So now I've been exposed, the exposure of being able to live on my own. And, was when it's different when you have housemates, but it's also different when you really are by yourself, right? And I remember saying 2016 was the first time I was by myself, no housemates, no nothing. Like, and that year, oh, it was wonderful.
2016 was a
Yes,
beautiful
it
year,
was so
dog.
good. 2016 was so good. And like, so you've always, now you chase that freedom. You want that freedom. And I can't imagine that I've been with my mom for so long, right? And then my next step is to be with a man for the rest of it. I like when
Yeah.
When do you get the
when
chance
is it
to be
me
you?
by
Exactly.
myself,
I think that we exist in a duality of sorts, in the sense that we were raised by moms and fathers who were very much believers or who subscribed to that system of you are raised in your parents' house, then you go into your husband's house.
Right.
But then,
Semuskana.
yes, but then those same people who were raised in that kind of context have raised us
Differently.
and have exposed us to things
Yeah.
that they didn't have.
Exactly.
So now we're having to kind of navigate that duality, to say we were exposed, right?
We know better.
So we've been able to live by ourselves and struggle with groceries, but still
Yeah.
make it through, and found joy in independence and found joy in being ourselves, such that now when we come back, it's like two opposing forces. You exposed us well enough to know that this is possible for a girl to be able to live by yourself, to do things by yourself, to go to work, to earn money, to earn good money.
Maybe.
Dun, dun.
But like you exposed us basically, but then
Yeah.
also at the same time your context, the context that informs you as our parents is different. So now it almost feels like I don't know, we're the experiment.
Yeah, true.
Can I say something cheeky?
Yeah.
Can I not know I'm scared? Do you think being in my mom's house was going to stop me?
No.
If that's the reason, right? If I'm already that girl,
Like
then
it's not gonna stop you.
do
Like
you
if
think these
you're
four walls, or do you think like I'll be more respectful
No.
because I'm like, mids? I think also for me, it's always, do you not trust the child you raised?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Because you raised me, you know my values, you know my morals, you know who I am, right? So when you are now say, I'm telling you I'm ready to fly, and you say no,
clip
fly.
the wings.
who's like, is it you that just doesn't trust that you did a good job with me, that I can fly, and you want the control over my, like, what is it? I can't think that. I feel like it goes deeper than Muskanzo, because for a lot of people anyway, we don't have curfews, or if we do, they're later. You know, Anna Mama always up and about to Niku Church anyway. We get to say, hey, I'm not coming home for dinner. I'm going to dinner with my friends. We have some kinds of freedoms
Yeah.
where Mskanzwa can happen even at
In those
lunchtime at
5
work.
hours.
You know what I mean? Like, it can happen anytime. It can happen anytime. So I feel like it's you not trusting that you've done a good
good
enough job that I will be okay, and I'm not. And okay, if I fall pregnant, so, you know?
Yeah. I also think going back to this whole issue of patriarchy and everything, perhaps our parents sometimes are not the problem, because I feel like my mom is she's a very liberal person. Like she runs her household in a very liberal way. Of course, it's within confines. But then if you're going out, just let me know, and then we'll work it out from there.
Right.
So I think sometimes it might actually just be an issue of what would people say.
Right.
Because as Chido's explained, the issue is that when you come from your father's house, you must jump to your husband's house. But on the ground, that's now very different. People are getting married in their 30s.
Yeah.
So
40s.
40s, people are getting married in the 40s. Like time, and also during that time you've left school, you're working, you have your own money. Obviously you'll think, oh, I want to move out and I want to do this, but there's this pressure now to say you're a single woman in Harare, in Zimbabwe. So it's now, what would people say?
Yeah.
And I guess maybe it also then shines a sort of a light to say this one isn't married yet, and this one now wants to move out.
Oh,
Rogue manch. It's now outside the norm, I guess.
so now here's my next chat. You've moved. So say you've managed, you've moved, you're out. 6 months later, you said your goodbyes. 6 months later, you lose your job. Right? Unexpectedly, life happens. Now, to go back to the same mother to say,
and
it didn't work out.
You know what your mother's gonna say.
Bruh. And I do think, like, just to compound on that, that gives an additional amount of stress. Like, this should be like a find yourself time. And it's okay to come home if it doesn't work out. But like, after what, bye, I'm out. You can't tell me nothing, I'm grown. And then,
So there's the pressure of not failing.
yes.
Yeah.
Like, by all means necessary. I cannot move back because it will be embarrassing. I'll be humiliated. I won't be received well.
I think we need to change the way we perceive failure. Yeah. Because I don't think you would have failed. Because we're also living in a crazy country. Like, these things are very possible. Not only in Zimbabwe, but anywhere else in the world, you could lose your job. Like there's
Immediately.
a economic crisis, like cost of living crisis worldwide. So these things could happen. I was watching a TikTok of a girl who's in Cape Town and she earns, I think she was like earning 9,000 rands, right?
Okay.
And she was renting an apartment, like a bedroom in a house in Cape Town, and she was renting it for about 5.6. And then the landlord increased rent on that bedroom to, I think it was 7 or almost 8,000 rands.
Baby girl makes
Then
9.
she's like, and she makes 9K.
No, guys.
So she then was like, I can't move out because
It's the cheapest one, probably.
but and also like moving out expenses. You need to now
Yeah.
pay deposit
Yeah.
plus
Yeah,
rent.
And 2 months rent. Cape Town doesn't do
Yes,
the
2 months rent.
one. It's
Exactly.
a deposit plus 2 months
2 months
rent.
rent. So she ended up moving into the attic of that same house.
Baby.
Yeah, I would go home. That's now me saying I would rather just go back
Go
to my
home.
mother's and father's
But
house.
I think for her
Suffer the
situation,
embarrassment,
I
suffer the
don't-
humiliation.
I've spoken to friends who've had situations like that where they say, "Oh, I'd decided to move out, and then unfortunately, life happened. Either they
Yeah.
lost their job, or I remember this one particular friend. The landlord then just decided to change up the rent, and then they were like, "Oh, I can't afford that anymore," and it was like a cottage. And then he was like, well, first and foremost, I really wanted my own space. And now you're increasing the rent for somewhere that I really actually didn't really like living at. So I'm going back to my father's house.
and how was the reception when he went back?
He didn't complain about the reception. He said it was fine. I think sometimes people do understand that, you know what, things went left, and
I
now
want to say, I think how you leave is important. How you leave your mother's house is important. Because, bye-bye, you know, I never want to see you again. It will be hard. But if you have real conversations, explain, this is why I'm doing it. This is what I want to do. I want to explore. And like, guys, if it doesn't work out, please take me back. And then I'll try again. I think just the way you communicate it. Also, you don't like, they wake up one day and you're
you've
packed. And they're where are you? And you're, I'm out. I moved out. And you have an attitude about it. Like, you wouldn't be welcome back in my house either.
Like Christopher Robin with his little, you know how like, do you guys remember Christopher Robin?
Who that?
It's like some cartoon kiddo who I think ran away from home,
Oh, goodness.
packed his little belongings in like a little blanket and wrapped the blanket on a stick. Like,
I said, I'm out, guys. I'm outie with my small
Out.
possessions.
Yeah. I think how you do it is more important, because especially you want to also just keep relations, right? Like you want to be able to go home still and see your family. You want to still be able to, you know, have dinner, get free food. Like I go, you know, go into your mom's house and get some
grab
rice,
toilet paper.
grab some, you know, grab some stuff without
Yeah.
it being weird. So, yeah. Anyway, but here, what we also wanted to do for the last few minutes that we have here is, realistically, Rich, what we have learned, gathered information. I told you we were gathering up information. Okay. What we have realistically learned is that you don't wake up today and say, I'm moving out tomorrow. It doesn't work like that. Like if you've made the decision, I'm going to move out, you need to at least give yourself a time to save some money. Right? Like we said, there's deposit and then rent, all that needs to be paid. But also some will say 2 months rent, which
It's
is
crazy
insane.
in this economy.
Then, on top of that, you have what are called levies. Did you all know about those things? It's an extra fee. Extra on top of that thing that you thought you were going to pay. You have to pay it also, right? And then there might be admin fees, like if you use an agency. Name my agents.
I want my agents.
Name my
My agents
agents.
need
Can
to
we
calm
talk about
down.
this? Who, like, if I'm paying someone $40 to, not to help me, to view a house, what do we say? To view, I saw this girl on TikTok. She made me cackle. So she says she found an agent, right? And they made her pay the $40, right? They said, okay, come to the office. We don't accept Equicash, whatever, whatever. Come to the office. You pay your $40,
Oh,
right?
this is a fancy agent who has an office.
Office.
Because most of these agents,
It's coming
just-
to pay. I don't even think it was it because she's like, I get in there. I'm thinking I'm gonna pay the $40. I've already told them, like, this is what I want, right? They said they opened the WhatsApp group. So she's like, I've seen the houses, and so I said to them, these
What
are
I
the houses
want.
in the WhatsApp group that you are running that I want to go view. So I'm thinking I pay the $40 and I go view the houses I want to go view. No, these people don't have contacts for the people's houses, the owners. Or because some of these, what I've also recognized is that they're sub agents, So, like, I was in a group I was in 3 groups. The same houses that were posted in one group were posted in the other 2, right? So my thing is, I think like an agent will join another group, start his own WhatsApp group, then just pick out those houses, right? And so now let's say I'm pretending to be the agent, and then you come and you say you want the house. I'm gonna go contact that person
other
from the WhatsApp group that I stole from.
and everyone wants money. Hey, everyone in that chain
chain
wants
once.
money.
So that's why they say $40 because they know they have to pay the other one
Yeah.
20, right? Because 20 is the normal fee, right? And so because they know that, they say $40 to you. And so now I think the person at the end who was supposed to be handing out information, go view, whatever, was also not being responsive. So she said we were sitting in that office for 3 hours waiting to view. Not once did they see a house that day. And they had no context. They kept like, "Oh, we're trying to call," but you could tell. Like, how do you not know who? How do you not know the landlord? How do you not know who is supposed to be in charge of this?
Wild.
How are we not setting up actual viewings? And you've charged me 20, and then it's
$40.
it's $40, but it's also 20%, $20 to enter the WhatsApp group in the first place, then $40 to view. So already I've spent $60.
And this is not even a guarantee. This
It's
is
Yeah.
you're not guaranteed to get the place.
You're not.
Because after
It's
you
crazy.
fought through all of those hoops, let's just say, okay, I've paid for the $20. I'm now able to go into the group. Okay, I found what I'm liking in there. I've now engaged the agent. Like Kuda saying, is another fee, right? It's like $40. Okay, I've now gone to view. I remember there's a time I went to view and I just thought to myself, there's no way. There were like maybe 20 of us there. And I just knew it. I just knew. I said, oh, this was an accident.
And how
There
much have
is
you
no
spent
way.
for that?
I'd paid to get into the group, and I'd also, but at least the person I found, it was just a flat fee to say you can view whatever houses we have in the
Right.
whatever, and then once you found something you like, then you can go view. I've noticed that going on the online ones is better. Like, okay, I won't say the names. You guys comment. You'll tell us. The online ones where you just put in your details and then they assist you to find and they tell you, oh, the viewing is on this date and whatever. Of course, there might be 20 of you there,
Yeah.
but you haven't like forked out the 20 and the 40 and the, yeah. So I was just thinking, there's so many like barriers. And there you are, you're also fighting your parents to say, guys.
Yeah. Never mind the fact that once you pick a house, say you are now the one of the 20 that has this house, you still owe the same agent 30% of your rent, right?
But
As
that's
his
that's so
final
crazy.
fee.
That is so crazy. I've heard some horror stories about agents as well
In that some area.
in those areas, yeah. Where they don't even, so like, you know how there's lots of Zimbabweans overseas who own properties
Yes.
locally, right?
Right.
So the person overseas is thinking, oh, my flat is, being let out for rent. Meanwhile, the person who the flat was entrusted to kind of like manage rentals and whatever, is now playing this agency game
Oh.
where just throughout the month, because the landlord or the owner of the property just wants a specific amount at the end of the month, right?
Mm.
But these people will then now just like, the house just stays empty and they just make money from the
Viewing.
viewings. So people will come,
Kurumbe
20
does it.
people come for the viewing. 20 people pay
each
$20, so you could already do the
per
math,
day.
right? And especially like peak times of the month, that's like end of month, people are desperate to come, so they'll pay $20. In a day, you've already probably made what the landlord is asking for rent.
Rent. The rest of it?
Ah, tiri kungwafa.
It's guys.
I was
It's
so shook when I heard that. I was like,
this game. And like every time Zimbabweans are trying to cheat each other out of something. Like anytime somebody can make a little out of from you, you know?
trying to make $1 out of
Come on, guys.
15
Like
cents.
we're all struggling. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. So you have to plan it out. You have to actually think about it. Find reputable people, right? There are still so many real estate agents in this country that can help you, that have leasing agents and managers. And you can find one of those. I promise you they exist. I promise you they're not going to charge you nothing. It's free. They get paid from the landlord. And at least, because you also, what you need to know is you need to know who the landlord is. Because the problem is you might think you're paying rent to the landlord. Somebody else is cashing in, and then 2 months later you're evicted. They say you didn't pay rent. You say, but I've been paying rent. And because you're in this game of webs of who's the agent and how, you get evicted quickly, and you don't who do you call, because you never knew who the landlord was in the first place. So that's also tricky. Y'all need to know that. And then just the cost of it in terms of fine, you now have the rent, the deposits, the levies. Now you got to furnish this item. You know, furnishing in this country is. I went to, guys, to buy sheets. Did you know that a flat sheet and the folded sheet, you know, the bottom sheet, they're sold together. These things are sold separate. So you have to buy the
You don't
fitted
buy a
sheet?
set like
No, they
Mr.
don't
Price
sell
will
them like
sell
that.
you
See,
like
Mr. Price would do. They don't do that here. They do fitted sheet $40, flat sheet $40, $80 per sheet.
Egyptian cotton again.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm telling you, the only place. What was the day that we went to Granite Side? The day we went to Granite Side is the only place I've actually seen a sheets, both of them, 2 pillowcases,
Oh, yeah.
net duvet
They had a
in
set.
one set. Ndivunze mari. Funza, I remember that took
Okay,
Granite
how
Side
much?
$40. Would you?
And you were buying a fitted sheet
For the
and a
equivalent.
flat sheet for the equivalent of a set.
Well, see, this is what I'm saying. You gotta know. So before you do these things, no,
Yeah.
be educated about. Because honestly, you'll be caught off guard, right? And particularly, you know, also if you want to customize things, you want to make things, you can't wake up tomorrow and say I'm out. You know,
Yeah.
and if you have a particular taste, particular style, things that you like, you know, nice things, you know, we all want nice things, not just a basic house. So all of these things, figure out how much they are ahead of time, right?
Yeah.
And then at that point, you'll know whether or not you're ready to move. And so at least you want to be able to move when you're comfortable, if you're going to go buy a bed at TV sales, or if you're going to go to Mohammed Musa, or if you're, you know, these things, like do the research first before you start telling people you're moving out.
And I think these things take time, right? Maybe if you were to move out like January 2026, you're not going to have the perfect house next month,
Yeah.
right? Like, I think it's so important to just give yourself grace to be like, yo,
I'm
it's
getting
a work
there.
in progress. Every day, like, you're gonna work towards making. You can't expect to have your mother's house in your apartment overnight, because
Exactly.
that came, with
Over
time.
time.
So yeah, I think
Yeah.
just
Also, I just do all again because Zimbabweans like to take advantage. This, you can find. I've seen some real cute things for like $200. I've seen the exact same cute thing for like $30.
I suppose then the
Yeah.
lesson in that is know where to get
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you
you know
need
what
to
I'm saying.
shop
Look around
around.
first before, because you might think I might never get this. This is so cool. I might never, and then you go to Granite's site and here it is. So
Yeah.
do the homework, do the research, and
shameless plug
then
for granite side.
do the research first. Do a budget. See, can I, and
Yeah.
then yeah.
But I think also just while we're giving you this advice, we don't want you to then think, it's too much. I can't do it.
Yes, do
It's
it.
doable.
Just do it.
Do it.
If you're really
Nike.
feeling itchy and you're like, I need to get out of here, then move out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, I just want to say it's okay if you cannot move out.
Yeah.
That too.
Because I think a lot of the times we also put pressure on ourselves and social media. You're seeing people, oh, they're in their 30s, they've got their things in order. It's all good and well, but I think everything is contextual. It's all subjective. So if you can and if you want to, it's good. But if you can't, it's also okay. But yeah,
Alrighty.
so that was our episode.
That was it.
If any of you guys have any tips as well, if you've moved out, give us tips on, what else did we miss? Comment down below. And yeah, don't forget to send coffees.